Hi guys, it's Shamasha here and welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to be back. I feel like I haven't been on my YouTube in a little while. I had so many plans to actually film, but I feel like I've been having creator's block. I hope that's a thing. Like, I have the ideas, I have everything like ready to go, but for me to actually execute it, we're struggling. Pray for me. But I'm here now and I'm so happy to be back. Today we're going to be doing a get ready with me, and this get ready with me is a bit different because I am going to be talking about self-love. Guys, self-love is one of my favorite topics to talk about, so I'm so excited to kind of dive in a bit with you guys as I do my makeup. But yeah, so we're going to be talking about some self-love and a few tips that I have for those who are looking to kind of gain more insight on how to love themselves, or on their like self-love journey, or if you just want to, you know, engage in some nice deep convo with me here, get to know me a bit better. That is what we're going to be doing today. So let's get into it. So guys, I'm actually not going to be going through like my makeup step by step. If you actually want a makeup tutorial, let me know and I'll do one, but today you're just going to watch me as I yap. So I'm going to start off with my eyebrows. If you see me look down, it's because I have all my makeup right here, and as I start with my eyebrows, I'm kind of just going to tell you guys a bit about me and my self-love journey. If you see me not looking directly at the camera either, it's because your girl got a mirror and none of my makeup, oh no, see, none of my makeup stuff have, one sec. None of my makeup stuff have a mirror in it, which is so poor. So this is gonna be so hard, guys. I'm actually gonna use my phone. Sorry, you have to deal with it. The life of a YouTuber, I guess. I should have been prepared, but oh well. If I ever tried to be continuously prepared, you lot wouldn't get any videos. Real. But I'm just gonna go into a bit about me and kind of my self-love journey. So for me, I've always struggled with self-love. Like, man, man. I've always struggled with self-love. I feel like I really first started to notice that I had issues with how I love myself is, this was sharp for me in my phone, guys. Look at the brat. Anyways, the first time like I really realized that I was struggling with my self-love and I had insecurities at the time, I didn't realize that it was me not having self-love, but as I continued to grow and got to this age, I realized what it actually was. So when I first kind of started secondary school, for me it was really hard. Not at the exact start, but as we got further in, I feel like at the start, because I had like freshly just come out of primary school, in primary school I didn't have any issues with my self-love. Like I didn't feel like I was not confident, or I didn't love myself, or I didn't think I was pretty. Like in primary school, your girl thought she was that I thought I was that B in primary school, and I got to secondary school, year 7, year 8 was fine. It was nice at meeting new people, but then when I hit like year 9, from there, when I turned like 13, I feel like that's when things just started to go downhill. I feel like I realized that people like different things and people bring up different things, and what I mean by that is, you know, I look a certain way. I grew up, I've always been quite slim, and for me that was something difficult to deal with because I just didn't enjoy it. I didn't like being a slim babe. And let me say skinny. I thought I was skinny. Let me not say slim. I feel like now I'm slim. Slim. But then like I literally thought I was so skinny. I was just really not confident in myself. Like it was an actual struggle. And then what I mean by I felt like things around me were changing, I obviously realized that, you know, people looked differently to me. Some people looked how I wanted to look. So it was just really kind of difficult for me to maneuver through secondary school once I started having those kind of self-doubts. And one of the things that I used to do, which was absolutely insane, was when When I got into like late secondary school, college time, so let's talk about like year 10, year 11, and then year 13, I was so like not confident in my body to the point where your girl was literally wearing layers to feel comfortable. Like, I just didn't like how skinny my legs were. I didn't like how slim my face was. I didn't like how flat my ass was. I was not happy about that. I was not a happy girl. So I was just really insecure, constantly like shaming my body, wearing double layers to feel comfortable. Like, imagine I'm wearing jeans. I'm wearing like, ugh, I can't believe I'm saying this. Telling you guys this, but it's life. It's what happens. I was actually wearing like 3 pairs of shorts, or like jeans, leggings, and like boxer shorts to, you know, like the girls boxer shorts to feel comfortable. And yeah, that just, it was a rough time for me. Like, I just really felt so insecure about my body, and the only way I felt comfortable was I had to wear loads and loads of layers. And I think one of the reasons why I was going through this was obviously because, one, secondary school is a new environment, but two, I feel like in a Caribbean household, you naturally grow up where everyone is very vocal about everything. And when I mean everything, that includes insecurities as well. So growing up in a house with 5 other women, including me, yeah, it was real life bad girls club. I'm telling you guys, it was real life bad girls club. And I think just constantly hearing about any changes in my body, it was just constantly disheartening, feeling like I had to change. And then I think once social media kind of like hit off even more, random things that I never used to think about in regards to my body, I started thinking about. Like, when people started pointing out, oh, if your hips are like this, you have hip dips. All of a sudden, I'm looking at myself in the mirror like, oh my gosh, I have hip dips. Oh my gosh, how do I get rid of this? No, this needs to go. I have hip dips. Oh my gosh, no, I'm scared. Hip this, my hip dip. Ah, hip dips. Like, guys, I started panicking, and I just felt like it just made me even more insecure. And yeah, I just struggled with that for a really long time. And another insecurity that I struggled with was really actually loving my hair. Like, me being on camera right now with my hair fully curly is absolutely insane to me. Like, I'm so proud of myself, because if this was like even a year ago, this wouldn't be the case. This wouldn't be the case. Your girl would have had a wig on. I feel like I had insecurities, guys. I haven't even done my eyebrows yet, but I'm just gonna get through me telling you about the things that I struggled with, and then we'll get fully into the makeup, okay? Yeah, I used to really struggle with just feeling like people liked me for me. And you're probably thinking, Shema, what does that have to do with your hair? As you can see, by the grace of God and my mother and my father's genes, I have really beautiful hair. And when I was younger, I don't think I really realized it, because that was all I was ever known for. Like, whenever people would see me, be like, oh my gosh, like, you have such beautiful hair. And I always used to get asked, where are you from? What are you mixed with? 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 I'm black. I'm black. Okay? I'm black. And I was just tired of telling people, like, I'm Jamaican. Thank you. My hair is nice. Thank you. And I think for a while I started thinking that people were seeing me for my hair and liking me for my hair rather than me. And I know it's crazy to think, but when you're young and you're still trying to figure yourself out, it does get a bit tricky, like navigating who you truly are around so many different personalities. And I just had this thing where I just felt like no one really loved me for me and who I truly was as Shamashian, you know? But it just, the same with everything, it just took me time to kind of grow out of. And another thing I really struggled with was how I looked. Like, I really struggled with me thinking if I'm really actually beautiful. Like, I knew I was pretty and I don't think I'm ugly, but at the time I just thought like, oh, there's nothing about me, like there's nothing special about me. Like, when people call me pretty, I just think, oh, yeah, right. And that really made me realize that, like, no matter how many compliments I got, no matter how many people told me, oh, Shema, you're such a good person, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that, I truly just couldn't believe it until I believed it. And I think when it got to uni, where my self-love literally spiraled to the worst of the worst due to, one, I hadn't like healed from the things that I was going through in general, and I was on birth control. And guys, the people that make birth control, yeah, just know, meet me outside. After this video, meet me outside.
Catch me outside, how about that?
Catch you.
Yeah, guys, birth control ruined my absolute life, but we're not gonna get into that today. Maybe in another video I'll share my experience with birth control. But yeah, it absolutely ruined my life, and my self-love was at the ultimate worst. Like, imagine being at uni during COVID. You can't go anywhere, and I was still working because I was working at a supermarket at the time, so your girl still had to go out and
Tired of the way he treats me. Tired of the
I was working like a slave during COVID. Okay, your baby was trying. Okay, and I was going through it at the same time. I had like quite a few health issues. My self-esteem was low. I was trapped in the house. Your girl was going through it. Yeah, me, even the way I said it doesn't even, let's not. So I was at my worst of my worst, and in that moment I kind of knew like, I need to get out of this. Like, there's no way that I can sit in this anymore, because one thing about me, I realized the cycle of things that I'm going through, and once I'm able to pinpoint it, and to be honest, the older I was getting, the more I was trying to figure out myself, I just realized, like, this, what I'm going through right now is absolutely insane. Like, this needs to stop. I need this gone now, right now, right? So that's when I realized, yeah, it's time to do something about this, because there's no way I can go on living like this. Like, I'm actually dying right now. Like, guys, deep down inside, I literally felt like I was physically dying over and over every single day, and the only thing that was literally saving me at that point was going on a walk. Like, if I didn't go on a walk every single day, yeah. So it was rough. It was really, really rough, but you know, I'm here now, better as ever, and there's some things that I really had to understand and make sure that I was doing on a daily basis to ensure that, you know, I was putting myself in the position to be better and to do better. So I'm gonna go through some top tips with you guys of things that I actually did to kind of help me kind of kickstart my journey and then maintain my journey. I'm not gonna say that I'm 100%, you know, in the best place right now, but right now I feel absolutely amazing, and if some of my tips can help you guys, so be it.
okay,
And I told them it's the same shit.
So be it.
To do my eyebrows off camera because, yeah, I was struggling. I was struggling, but anyways, we're gonna get into the face. I'm gonna use my if you see makeup on my hand, it's because if you're a girl, you know, okay. Whenever I do my makeup, there's always makeup on my hand somehow. So I'm gonna be going in with my Too Faced Born This Way concealer. This concealer, holy girl, look at how I'm scraping out. This is not very demure. But I need to get every drop. So guys, I'm just gonna go now into like some top tips that I think would be good for someone who's trying to like be on a self-love journey and really just kind of take care of themselves more. I feel like, yeah, you can like yourself, but it's really important to love yourself as well. If you don't love yourself, then I don't feel like you will get very far in life. Like, you may, but to truly love yourself, and when I mean like get far, I don't mean be famous and all of these things here and have all these materialistic things. I mean just far in life in terms of like your mental self, your mental state, your peace of mind, all of those things. I feel like all of those things come first with self-love and loving yourself. So one of the first things that I actually done when I realized I wanted to start my self-love journey was to be real with myself. I honestly had to take the time to really sit and understand like what was actually going on, because for me to have gotten to that point where I dislike so much of myself to the point where I really can't be around people, like that's the worst that I got to, guys. Like me just not being able to be around people, keeping myself cooped up in my room 24/7. Getting flashbacks, not a great time. But I think the moment that I started being real with myself and realizing like, okay, Shma, this is not you, like this is not you, what is going on? And I took the time to kind of go and dig deeper into why I was feeling like this and how it got to a point where it was so bad. Because at the time I didn't realize that it was enhanced because of the birth control, but I was like that before the birth control, do you know what I mean? So I really needed to be real with myself, and I done that by really digging deep, diving deep within myself. And this might be difficult for people because they might not remember things from when they were younger that could have caused specific things, but I definitely knew that my surroundings was definitely causing some of my insecurities to the point where it got to me not truly loving myself. And I needed to become real with that and understand that right now I'm in the same environment. I'm gonna be exposed to what caused me to get like this in the first place, and I had to be real with myself to say like, you can't run away from it, it's always gonna be there, so you have to be the one to take responsibility. And that's what I did. Another thing that I did was being real with myself, is understanding that like, Shma, you are going through it right now. Like, yes, you know you're going through it, like, oh, I'm going through it, but like I had to sit myself in the mirror and be like, you are depressed. You do not love yourself. You are in a terrible stage. You're at the most terrible stage in your life right now. It may not be the worst, but as what I'm facing in the mirror, like, this is bad. And once I kind of realized that, I knew that next I had to take the next step to fix this. And that leads into another tip of mine is, guys, journal. I know how like long journaling can sound, but I promise you, you know what, okay, let me not even lie to you. Me, yeah, I do not journal every day. I'm sorry, but it's difficult. It's difficult for me. It's even difficult for me to sometimes focus on my tasks that I need to do for the day. So for me to take the time to sit down and to actually write, it was hard. But I knew in that moment I needed to find a way to express my emotions without speaking to someone else. Because I kind of felt that whenever I would speak to people about how I was feeling, no one truly understood. Guys, sorry, I'm looking down because I'm looking for my brush, for my contour. 2 secs, okay?
Motherfucker, where is it? Where the fuck is it? I swear to God. You laughing, girl? You trying to laugh?
I'm gonna use this brush instead. This is actually my foundation brush, but back to it. I realized that I needed to obviously go ahead and start journaling. And what I did was I literally just went to WH Smith, went to go buy a journal and said, I'm just gonna write how I'm feeling for a couple of weeks and see how that goes. I advise that for journaling, go into a store, like go into WH Smith or any other like bookstore or journal store if they have a journal store, and go into the store, look at different journals and kind of pick one in person, because I feel like we can go online and easily like search for a journal, but I feel like it's so important to kind of go into the experience of saying like, you know what, I'm gonna journal. Go pick your journal, pick something pretty, pick something nice, pick something that represents you, so that when you see it you do want to get up and write in it. Like me, I get excited over pretty things. If something is cute, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I want to write in my journal, it's so cute. I completely forgot. I was so distracted by talking to you guys that usually I do under my eyes, up here, here and here before I blend, but I guess I'm trying something different today. that's why if you guys want a makeup tutorial, please, I'll do a separate video, because me talking to you and give you the real whilst trying to do my makeup, you see the consequences. But anything for you guys. So yeah, go into a journal store, go into a store that has journals and look and get a feel of the journal that you want. Look at a few, but if you can't do that, get one off Amazon if you need to, or get one offline. But definitely get a journal and write a few things down, like write about past feelings, write about present feelings, and write about future feelings. One thing that I feel like helped me a lot was definitely writing about obviously how I'm feeling in the current space that I'm in, and writing about how I wanted to be in the future. I think that was one of my biggest things that really kind of helped me shed light on who, like the type of person that I wanted to be and where I wanted to be after I kind of got out of this, let's call it a funk that I was in. And honestly, it helped. Like, journaling and writing things down helps so much, because if you're someone like me, I overthink at an insane level. It's actually insane how much I overthink. And for me, sometimes I kind of like have the same reoccurring thoughts, just worded differently. And I feel like what kind of helped me when it came to journaling was being able to write my thoughts out and get it out of my brain. Like, being able to have the thought down on paper and out of my system really kind of helped me stop meditating on specific like negative thoughts that I had about myself, or just negative thoughts that I was having in general about life and me and what's going around me in life. I was able to kind of release it on a piece of paper, and that really helped me, because I was able to kind of go back and look at my journal, read some of the things that I was saying and some of the feelings that I was feeling in a moment. And guys, I promise you, I was dramatic. I was being a bit dramatic. Like, I'll read my journal and be like, it was never that deep.
Is it me? Am I the drama? I don't think I'm the drama.
It was never that deep. And sometimes you can realize that because you're so deep in the emotion, you don't realize that when you come out of it, it wasn't actually that bad. But because you're so fixated on that feeling and fixated in that emotion, it's hard to see anything else other than that emotion. So journaling really helped me to kind of step outside myself and see myself in a different light and a different perspective, and be able to kind of connect with myself, like with my past self who was writing this, to gain a better understanding of her and kind of how to treat her moving forward, if that makes sense. Yeah. And another top tip actually was something that I done, which was writing how I feel about myself. Like, I sat down, wrote some things in regards to how I see myself. Like, I wrote that I saw myself as kind, someone who was determined, someone who was open, someone who that loved engaging with people. I was able to write those things about myself, and in moments where I felt like I was losing myself, I would go back to read the things that I wrote about myself, and it really kind of helped me feel a sense of peace and happiness in regards to how I feel about myself. And it really reminded me to be like, remember, these adjectives or these descriptions or whatever you've written are how you feel about yourself. So in this moment of time, don't stress, baby. It's never that deep. I'm joking. A third top tip that I will give to those on a self-love journey is go to therapy. Point blank period, go to therapy. When I tell you, my therapist honestly changed my life. She, baby girl, shout out to you, because she really helped me put things into perspective for myself. And what I mean by that is, I'm someone as well who knows everything that's going. I'm very self-aware, let's put it that way. Extremely self-aware, sometimes too much for my own good. And with that, I'm able to understand how I'm feeling, what's causing me to feel like this. But one thing that I found that was difficult for me was how to stop myself from feeling like this, or how to put myself into a position where I'm carrying out actions that would help me stop feeling a certain way. And in that case, that's where I needed my therapist. She was able to hear my problems, see kind of what I was going through. Sorry, I was looking for my contour, my concealer contour, but she could see what I was going through. And yeah, let me get my jawline sharp. Anyways, she could see what I was going through, and for her, she was able to give me steps to be able to put into action specific things to do to help me when I was feeling a certain way. And she also taught me to basically research, because she was basically saying that sometimes what we can do is we can label specific emotions to ourselves, but that's not actually the emotion that we're feeling. So let's say I said I'm feeling aggravated, but I'm not actually feeling aggravated, I'm feeling anxious. Me saying to myself that I'm feeling aggravated, I'm kind of putting a more negative connotation on myself. And for me, that wasn't good, because I'd feel like, oh, why am I being mean? Why am I always angry? Why am I always this, that? She helped me to really differentiate my emotions and put actions into place and actually follow through with those actions. So going to therapy, absolutely amazing, because as well, you have someone to talk to who's not your friends, who's not your family, who's not your boyfriend or your husband, and who's not yourself, who is there to listen to you. And I feel like it's just so important, and it's another way to release what you're thinking or release how you're feeling and not sit on it too much. Sorry guys, we're about to go in with a highlight. I love me a little highlight. I don't know how my makeup's looking right now. If I look crazy, I'm sorry, okay? I'm on a self-love journey. Don't be mean, guys. Don't do it. But I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. concealer just for a lighter touch under my eyes. So a number, I said a number. My fourth tip that I would have for those trying to love themselves a little more is to don't love yourself a little more, love yourself a lot more. Good. Now I can move on to tip 4. So for tip 4, I would advise to date yourself. I feel like now if you go on TikTok, you'll see a lot of people romanticizing their lives and dating themselves, and yes, you should do that 100%. I feel like it's so important to spend time with yourself and actually date yourself. Like, guys, I love my own company. I have a sick obsession with my own company. Sometimes that it's too much to the point where I will just stay indoors and chill by myself, and my friends won't see me for a while. I'm sorry, friends, I love you, but yeah, sometimes I'll be hibernating. But with that doesn't mean that when you're by yourself you should just sit at home and watch Netflix and do nothing. No, definitely take the time to take yourself out on a date. Even if you take yourself to go out to eat, to a restaurant, or if you go take yourself for activity, find ways to date yourself. It doesn't necessarily have to be even you paying to do things. You can literally go to the park, lay in the grass, read a book, and just take the time to take in the nature, take in what's around you, spend time with yourself. Like, dating yourself is so important. Like, you expect to be courted and dated by someone who you like / love, and then in a marriage you expect your partner to continue to show you love, and one of those ways is through going on dates and spending time with each other. So do the same thing for yourself. Like, it's so important to put yourself first at any given point that you can when it comes to dating yourself and spending time with yourself. If someone else can't go with you, go by yourself. I've gone to the cinema by myself, I've gone to museums by myself, I've gone out to eat. I've even gone on holiday by myself. Like, date yourself, guys. It really, really helps you get insight on who you are as a person. And the more you understand yourself, the better you can love yourself. Yeah? Okay. Okay. I actually need to take a minute, guys, because I don't know where I'm at in my makeup stage. I'm literally just rambling off and kind of locked in talking to you guys. So just give me a second whilst I bake. How are you guys finding the top tips so far? I hope they are helping you. I have 2 more to go, so don't you worry, we're not here for that much longer. But what's been your favorite tip so far whilst I bake? Yeah, mine too. Mine's just dating yourself too. You know, who doesn't like spending money on themselves? You don't? That's insane. I used to be like you. Maybe I have my own apartment if I was.
And
Anyways, guys, I'm actually insane. This is how I talk to myself all the time. I'm talking to you guys, okay? So we're gonna bake, and whilst I bake, I literally bake for like 2 seconds. So maybe microwave. I literally dip into some powder, and because I don't like too much powder on my face, dip into some powder and literally just swipe that off. I hope my makeup is not looking crazy, guys. I really hope. I really hope. I really hope. I hope. I'm gonna put some concealer on my nose because baby girl, she's looking a bit plain. Let's see. Does anyone else like find it so annoying when you do your makeup? I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have baked it and done that, guys, but I can fix it, don't worry. Does anyone else hate like when you have your nose ring in, and I don't know if you can see, but it just, yeah, it's fine. I can clean it afterwards, but you know, long. Anyways, babies, we're gonna go back into the top tips, and another top tip that I have for you before we get to the last one is practice gratitude. I'm gonna say it again. Practice gratitude. Sit with that for a minute. I'm telling you guys, honestly, practicing gratitude is one of the many things that changed the way I view myself and the way I view life. Like, not even just myself, the way I view life. Like, for me, sometimes I'd always think so much about the things that I didn't have and less about the things that I did have. And when I really switched, and oh my gosh, I got makeup on my shirt. But when I really switched my mindset and understood that it's really, really important to be grateful for the things that you see in front of you. When I tell you, my perspective of life, try not to give you guys the tea. My perspective of life changed. Like, I was really able to see beyond myself and everything that I felt that I deserved, and I was able to see what I had. Like, for me to just even wake up every single day and be alive, sit with that. For you to just wake up every single day and to be alive and to be given the opportunity to, whatever it is, whether you have goals, whether you want to do your hobby that you love of yours again, I don't know, whether you just want to go swimming again, I don't know, from the simplest things, you woke up this morning to be able to go and do that one more time. Like, life is so precious, And I feel like sometimes we take a lot of it for granted. Like, even if the sun comes out, guys, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful for the sun being out. Like, I'm so grateful to just be here. I'm so grateful to have a voice to speak. Just such simple things. Honestly, when you are grateful for the simple things around you, it really, really, really changes your perspective. And when it changes your perspective about life, it changes your perspective about yourself. And when you're grateful for those things around you, you start to be grateful for yourself. It starts to pour in within you, and you start to be like, oh, I'm so grateful for the way I speak. I'm so grateful for the energy that I bring. I'm so grateful for being able to love my friends unconditionally to the point where they show me the same love back. It's just really that simple. And once you really take a step back from thinking about all the things that you don't have, baby, I'm telling you, you have a lot. You have a lot. See the smile? You have a lot. And if you have to smile like this every day until you believe it, do it. Be grateful for the fact that you can even smile like that, because we live in a world today where things just get taken at the blink of an eye. And a lot of us are in a position where we have a roof over our heads, we have food every day, we have a job that we can go to, and we have friends that we can speak to. Be grateful and watch how it changes your life, honestly. Oh, yeah, I didn't see that. But I'm grateful that you didn't, because I don't have to cut it out. Guys, we're gonna go on to my final top tip for the day. And this one is really, really, really important for me, because if I didn't have this last final tip, I promise you, I wouldn't have had all the other 5 that I just mentioned to you. And to each to their own in regards to this, but for me, this is something that really, really, really put a perspective on, a new perspective onto my life, to 1, love myself and just be grateful for who I am as a person, and for the fact that I'm here and I'm breathing. And for that, the last tip is, guys, take the time to have a relationship with God. I feel as though me having a relationship with God has really, really, really put me in an amazing place. Like, although things are hard, having this relationship with God has allowed me to understand that I don't have to deal with all this hardship by myself. As you guys know, humans move up and down every day. We're so emotional and we're so vulnerable, and we're like sponges. We soak everything up. We literally soak everything up. And sometimes we just can't squeeze ourselves. Like, we cannot squeeze what we soaked up back out. We full. We full. And what I mean by that is, sometimes you've taken in so much. Let's say you're around so many people, you're taking in all their energy. You could be around people with so much negative energy, so much people that think they have good energy, but it's really bad energy, and you don't really realize what you're taking in. And we can come home, take on all those burdens, and then kind of take it as our own, when that was never really the case. And I feel as though having a relationship with God and really going to a point where you have a deep relationship with him, where you're praying, you're trying to read your Bible, you're speaking to him on a daily basis, it really, really, really helps you release all the extra baggage that you have onto you. Because if you pray to God and ask him, hey, like, I'm struggling with this, like, can you take this off me? He will find ways to work with you so that all this negativity or whatever you're taking from other people can be released from you. And just having someone higher than you that is so full of love, baby, why would you not feel like you can't love yourself? You know, if someone that amazing and that powerful runs by love, and then you take that in and you're speaking to that power, baby, you are destined to be loved. Like, you are destined to love yourself, and you are destined to be in a position of unconditional self-love, because God is love, and when you understand him and when you learn him, you really understand that he is true love, and through that true love you can find the capability to love yourself. So those are my tips, guys. I'm almost finished with my makeup, but I hope I was able to kind of, you know, give you guys a bit of insight on how you can really put an effort to just love yourself and be happy with yourself. I'm gonna finish off with setting my face. I hope my makeup looks good. One thing about me, guys, I love setting through. And then, oh, I don't have it with me. We're just gonna, yeah. Oh, I did my lashes by myself, by the way, guys. I done some cluster lashes. Who needs a lash tag? I do. But on days where, like, you can't afford to get your lashes done, girls, learn how to do it yourself. I promise you, it saves you so much time. It really does. But as I'm finishing off my makeup, guys, I just really hope that I was able to connect with you in some way and give you a tip that you can actually apply to your life. I feel as though it's so important to really take the time to love yourself. I feel like if you don't love yourself fully, it's really gonna be difficult for you to love others the way that they should be loved. Pause. Ooh. Just the girl and her lip combo. And then we're gonna go in with my NYX Butter Gloss. NYX Butter Gloss is TT, top tier, top 2 and 8 2. And then we gotta finish off with that, you know, baby. Yeah, if you ain't putting on that store-bought hair shop lip gloss, don't know for you. That is my makeup done, guys. It's not the best today. I think because I was talking to you guys and really trying to like focus on giving you guys some tips. Didn't come out the best, but you know, still look cute. Can't complain. Grateful, mindful, very demure. But well done, guys. I hope you like my makeup and thank you for getting ready with me. I actually love to have deep convos about just important things in life, like things that really add value to us and as we move through life. Like, life is difficult, it's not always easy, and sometimes I feel like we can get really caught up, especially me, in social media and not stay in what's true reality. And with one of those things, I feel like social media is definitely something that has a big effect on a lot of people's self-love and how they view themselves. And I feel like it's really important for us to kind of just take a step back, take a breather, and just be grateful for the things in life and really put energy towards loving ourselves, understanding ourselves. I'm such a big advocate for putting yourself first and taking the time to understand and really know your emotions. I feel like the better you know yourself, the easier it is for you to maneuver through life, because you know how you are. You can't be responsible for how other people react, act. It's not your responsibility. You could be the most amazing person in the world and people can still treat you like, okay? And you could be the worst person in the world and people will treat you amazingly. It's you know, it's never really a win-win situation for anyone. So I feel like once you continue to take the time to understand yourself, know yourself, y'all better know yourself, okay? Then you should be good. And I'm praying that anyone who's watching this video that is struggling or did struggle, I pray that you're on an amazing journey. I pray that you're thriving, you're doing your best. All good blessings are coming to you, and yeah, baby, keep loving yourself. And if you ever need some top tips, you know where to come to. Anyways, love you guys and can't wait to see you in the next video.